Hello everybody, Jay from Studios here to give you yet another character description video, and this time it's of David Fazio. Yes! I'm surprised how many people like him. He's supposed to be the grumpy neighbor stereotype that you see in a lot of shows like Squidward, Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, that gumball dude from Regular Show. He's a combination of those guys, kinda. David, he likes to be his own man, you know? So, let's talk about Jeff and Taylor's loudmouth neighbor, David Fazio. David was born and raised in New York City, a boy from the Bronx. That's why he has that New York accent. At least I try to write that he has a New York accent. I mean, some people thought he had a Jamaican or Australian accent. No, he's from New York.
Don't try wearing it in Brooklyn.
No, not Brooklyn, Bronx. I mean, I don't know the difference between those suburbs. You know, New York City is divided into different parts like Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. I'm not an expert in New York City like that, okay? He's from New York. He has that accent, you know.
He was walking along and just went nuts through that tree. Look, he's still going.
With that, he's also a fan of the Jets, football team Jets, and deep dish pizza. Did I say ditch pizza? Dish pizza. Deep dish pizza. Don't kill me, guys. Don't kill me. Whatever. So how did he end up in Somerville? Well, while in high school, his family moved to Somerville for a chance to live in a warmer, less crowded city. After David graduated high school, his parents and sister wanted to move even further south to Miami. But David liked Somerville so much that he wanted to stay. His parents helped with a down payment for a house. And there you have it. That's how a young man like David lives alone in a house that's shaped like a bottle of mouthwash.
I'd buy that for $1.
I don't know what I was thinking when I made that house. I was 15, 16 years old, and I thought it was cool, alright? His relationship with Jeff and Taylor is pretty complicated. I mean, he sometimes hangs out with the boys, and sometimes he just wants to get away with them, and he lets them know. He ain't shy from letting them know, you know? But David's pretty cool with Cindy, Jeff's older sister. He feels like he can get a good conversation with her since she's close to his age, but Cindy can sometimes find David tiresome to listen to, especially when he goes on a rant expressing his insensitive or outdated views of the modern world. David is a bit of a male chauvinist and believes men and women have strict rules to follow in society. That's a character flaw that needs to be ironed out. David works in an auto body shop called Love and Hate Body and Paint. Pretty catchy name. So naturally, he drives a pretty cool car. It's pretty much a customized 1999 green Nissan Skyline, and he loves that car like it was his own kid. He almost never lets Jeff or Taylor get near it. In the series, David serves as the victim of good slapstick, and given his crude nature, it's a very fitting punishment for him. I even like to include his signature yell. Yeah. Every time David's in trouble, I write that out. So what are his likes and dislikes? Well, let's go with his likes. He likes his car, of course. I just mentioned that. He's obsessed with his car. You know, kind of like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, you know? He loves his car. He loves his freaking car. Washes that thing like twice a week. You know, details and everything. Wax it, buff it. You know, he wants to impress the ladies with it. The license plate on the car says Hot Rod, which I forgot to put it in this picture that I'm drawing right now. Whoa. Women, he loves women. You know, he is a bit of a poive. You know, he likes to watch pornography here and there. You know, he likes to read Girls Magazine, which is a magazine featuring hot women wearing scantily clad bikinis and lingerie. You know, it's like Maxim Magazine, only with more women, less articles. You know? Classy stuff like that. Not like hardcore XXX penthouse stuff, you know?
Oh, damn.
Mexican food, he loves the Mexican food, spicy stuff. Parties, he loves to party, he's a party animal. He's an extrovert. He loves to yell, he loves to hang out with people. And he's that kind of guy, you know? He wants to be a man's man, but he has some things to iron out, you know? He tries to go up to the women and try to impress them, but he gets shut down because he's his methods are out of date or just lame. But he tries, you know, which is very noble of him. And of course, he loves deep dish pizza because it's good. He was raised on it, man. Eating that stuff almost every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when he was growing up as a kid. He eats it hot. He eats it cold.
Pizza time.
All right, what does he dislike? Boy, he dislikes Jeff and Taylor. Of course. Why does he hang out with them? I don't know. He has he just doesn't like to hang out with kids like younger than him, and you know, I guess deep down he does care for them, or he will eventually care for the boys, but you know, he gets real annoyed. He has a real short fuse with the two. Unless they do something cool, like throw a house party, you know, in episode 4, or something else like that. Then right there, he's pretty cool with them. Wasting money. David is a penny pincher. A very stingy penny pincher. Because he, you know, he tries to be financially responsible. He wants to spend it on mortgage, the house mortgage, bills, and the car. The 3 important things to him, you know? Oh, and internet. And the subscription to Girls Magazine. Those are very important. Oh, and food. Especially the Mexican food. And deep dish pizza. And the garlic bread. And whatever else New Yorkers like. Oh, but he hates chick flicks. He has this, he's paranoid. He thinks if he watches chick flicks or romantic comedies or something, he'll turn more feminine and he'll be less attractive to women. You know, he has that kind of brain. You know, he's afraid. He's afraid of his feminine side, afraid of his sensitive side.
But hey, screw it. They're dead and you're not.
So yeah, some people may hate him, and some people love him. Actually, I met more people that love David rather than hate him. I mean, I haven't seen a David hater yet, and that's quite impressive. I mean, I try not to make him into a huge jerk. Just, you know, I try to balance things out. He can be a jerk in the right moments, you know, if that can make sense. I don't want him to be a villain, you know. He was never a villain. Except when I first created him. He was kind of like Jeff's rival in Pokemon. But I'll explain that in a future video, when I talk about the history of my JT characters.
Wow.
In case you're wondering who's that on the picture with David, now David's kind of scared of her, that's Captain Starla. She's a villain in episode 15, Circus Stars, and she's very obsessed with David, like infatuated with him. It scares him a lot. You know, he loves women, but he's not attracted to her at all. He thinks she's crazy. And yeah, I guess she is a bit crazy. Shut up! So yeah, if you want to learn more about that story, just go to jeffandtaylorcomic.com and go to episodes and click episode 15, Circus Stars, and you can read that comic. It's 60 pages of fun. Believe me, it's a very fun episode. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this character description video. Up next is Cassidy. And I know a lot of y'all love Cassidy. I love her too. She's so much fun to write. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video real soon. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Jeff, I'm out. Goodbye.